Over the past 7 months, I've been creating a game called This Little Car of Mine. This Little Car of Mine is a cozy driving game that follows the theme of grief. You traverse through a colourful, Cornish-inspired world and explore the memories of the past. My name is Sam Claydon, and this project started as a Falmouth University Masters project. A couple weeks ago, I finally finished my course. I wanted to share how this project has progressed from start to where it is now. So when I first started developing the game, it was more of like a open world driving on Unity's terrain. I basically created a small map to drive around in and shoved a little mini in there from my game Snow Way Back. I initially used a template from the Unity asset store to get the car going, because I tried programming myself. I tried programming the car myself, and it didn't go too well, as you can see here. I did some bumping animations for when you're driving to give some life to the car. And I realised that I really wanted to have that whole miniature aesthetic of having like the Link's Awakening, a remake, or even Octopath Traveler with the depth of field to make it look as small as possible. So I think it'd be quite fun to have a little driving game in a cozy environment that's all miniature. I also have a big announcement at the end of this video, so stay tuned to see that, or listen to that. Throughout creating this project, I've taken it to a few events, mainly being, I went to Bristol with Impact Indie Games. This is an event held by Impress and Ground Shatter, and thankfully I was allowed to showcase my game in its state at the time at the event. The game didn't run too well, sadly, but it was a really nice way of getting my game out there and seeing what people thought of the project, especially seeing playtesters play it in person. It was interesting to gather that sort of idea of if I could push this project any further. A little bit further down the line, I took the game to Penzance to showcase my game at an event held by Game On Cornwall and Cornwall Games. The game was in a very different state in the second time I showed it off. I had a big workflow change midway through pre-production. I now create levels in a very different way, which cuts a lot of time and also makes it more visually consistent, and I prefer what it looks like now. But let me know what you think of the old art style. I mean, the art style didn't really change too much. It was more the whole how the levels were put together, and the Unity terrain really didn't fit the aesthetic of the full game. I also updated the mini model. The tiny one, tiny little mini model. So now it actually has the right scale in terms of voxels, and also in the demo showcased in Penzance, there was 10 different coloured minis that was randomly picked at the start of your play session. So you have a 1 in 10 chance to have a cow themed car. I don't know why I did that. I thought it was fun. But also there's like a royalty one that I did, which I like the aesthetic of as well. I also added the colour scheme of my own mini into the game. So yeah, you've got a 1 in 10 chance of getting that one as well. I've had so much fun creating this game, and I would love to take this on further. But in terms of university and working on games, I've been creating games for 5 years straight, and I don't think I've ever really had a break. So this is me saying I'm going to have a little break. There's other things that I have in planned for the future. I'm going to be starting a course with Aardman, learning stop motion. It's something that I've always wanted to do. But I really enjoy making the My Games That Weren't series on YouTube, so I will still be making that. There's still so many games that I've canned or scrapped in the past that I would love to talk about on this account. So I will still be making My Games That Weren't videos. But in terms of creating this little car of mine, I just need a little breather, and I'll be back stronger and better, and the game will, I think, be better for it if I have that break. This is not the end of this little car of mine. It's just the beginning, but I just need a little breather. You ready for the big announcement? Drum roll. The prototype that I showcased in Penzance is available on my itch. It is a prototype, so bear in mind there hopefully won't be any bugs, but if you find any, let me know, so when I come back to this project I can just attack those bugs, squash them, and make the game run a lot smoother. So there's 2 different versions of the game on my itch. There's a lower spec one and a higher spec one. So pick your one of which one you'd prefer to give a go. I'll be showcasing my stop motion animation and have a little talk about it, potentially on this channel, or on my Instagram, or on my TikTok, wherever I may be. But until then, I'm going to have a little break. I really appreciate you watching my videos and supporting my work. until the next My Games That Weren't, I will see you in a bit. Thank you very much. Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Bye-bye.